but Todo's gonna hit a spin move into a punch, and Mahito turns his torso into a spike trap in a clone and completely catch him off guard. But if it wasn't for Todo as an elite duo swapping his body with the rock, he would've gotten crushed. But now it's time for them to fight together. And this next scene goes a little too fast, so I gotta slow it down real quick. Mahito's gonna try attacking Todo, but
what's up, guys? Due to much popular demand, what's up, guys? I hope you're all having a blessed day. Due to popular demand, we got the second part of Yuji Itadori versus Mahito. In the last scene, we saw Todo pull up into the battle, where he gave Yuji a much-needed assistance. I would really put these guys as one of the best duos in anime, brothers, and really knowing how to lay that beatdown down. But let's check it out today, this part 2.
And after he was done, he was ready to hit him with a finisher. Turns his hand into a scythe, brings it down, but we hear a clap. And Itadori is no longer there. This man Todo's gonna pull up with the cleanest entrance as the camera pans to him. Sun hitting the praying emoji into the slow motion walk. And I thought it was being exaggerated because it was zoomed in, but nah, they zoom us out and he's really walking like that. And Mahito's sitting over here like this, like he doesn't see him, walking across back there. Todo's gonna tell Itadori to get his ass up, but Itadori's not up for it. He's sitting there crying in a fetal position, so it's up to Todo to protect him. Mahito comes into the kill, but Todo's not playing around with him, and the face tells it all. Mahito's gonna try to rush back in, and Todo's gonna jump up headed down air, bouncing Mahito off the ground, and it had me rising out of my seat. Just look at—
I always say one thing though, teleportation is one of the most useful and broken ability in anime, and so few times do like creators give it a chance to fully be explored, because if you let it go rampant, physically nobody can touch them, because teleportation is instant. It's not light speed, it's beyond light speed, it's instant, which makes it so dangerous. But yeah, Todo really showed its usefulness in this fight.
The setup, this was a perfect lob, but it was clear he wasn't built for this. Lights were too bright for him, so he makes them switch places. And what is this Persona 5 cut-in they just did? That's how you know these animators are in there sweating. Got them reminiscing about their days of leisure. Anyways, Mahito's gonna try to sneak Todo. He dodges and he turns himself into a whole Beyblade. He's just out there doing anything. He tries to crush, so Todo's like, alright, I'm not dealing with this. And Mahito turns to give him a hug, but he switches spots again. And it's just now starting to get tiring for Mahito. Look at the side eye. That's that I got something for your ass look. And he did. He manages to drop a soul where he once was before being switched, and it almost hits, but that reaction speed is—
One thing to pay attention though is Todo's fight attacks aren't actually hurting Mahito, which is the unfortunate thing. Any other opponent and then Todo would have been easily taken care of them.
And now that he's off guard, it got Mahito overly geeked, looking like a Colgate commercial. Chip Skylark don't even smile this hard. Todo claps his hands and we got Itadori standing there like he going freeze, hitting that rock, paper, scissors. But it's just rock though. He's gonna shed a singular tear, which is very tough by the way, and proceeds to hit him with a black flash, sending him flying all the way back, skipping on the floor looking like this, and when he gets up, you see that his arm is mangled. And instead of following up on that, Itadori and Todo are just gonna decide to stand there and take a flick.
Lock in.
Just letting him recover. But now it's time for them to do what the show is known for. Jumping. And this is what I like to see from JJK. These characters know there's real lives at stake. Ain't no room to play around and run the ones. Unless
it ain't like you never do a Goku and you like 1-on-1 these opponents fairty. Nigga, if there is life-threatening stakes, everybody pull up on him. Let one guy, 2 guy, 3, who gives a toss? Get the job done by any means necessary, as far as I'm concerned.
Name is Satoru Gojo. Then you could fool around a bit and just be happy he's on the good side. Mahito's gonna run at both of them with no fear in his soul, hits Yuji down, making him sit there like he got crossed by Steph Curry. Then he whacks them both out the frame. And this right here is clean work. Itadori's gonna jump down and Todo's gonna swap to block the hammer. He pushes it off, then claps. Then Itadori's gonna hit a front handspring, launching and kick Mahito right in the gut, and it sends him flying back. And this—
the crazy thing about these two is they're just so locked in that they have never even like planned any of this. They don't have strategy. They never plan tactics. This is all free flowing, knowing other guys' best interest, knowing the best way they can fight together and play and performing effortlessly in smooth motion. Truly a locked in mindset, and W to them for this, because it's a W beatdown.
Sequence got him smiling like he Goku and the fight is just getting good. Then he looks up in shock to see 2 rocks soaring in the air, switching to both Todo and Itadori. He sees the creativity and is filled with straight glee. He really think it's not his last day. I'm crying. Itadori is thrown with so much force that he turns into a black ball looking like Shadow. And he crashes down, breaking the ground, causing a stage change. And while they were falling, Itadori did not break eye contact. And that had me convinced that he was locked in. Until he chased him for like 2 seconds and lost him. How do you lose him that fast? Mahito's just in the back giggling. And again, even though I despise Mahito, this is a great battle of IQ. He manages to sneak in a clone and complete completely catch him off guard. But if it wasn't for Todo as an elite duo swapping his body with the rock, he would have gotten crushed. But now it's time for them to fight together. And this next scene goes a little too fast, so I gotta slow it down real quick. Mahito's gonna try attacking Todo, but he swaps places, grabs Yuji, and throws him at Mahito. But Mahito hits some Luffy shit, extending his legs so Yuji goes through it and turns into a ball, getting ready for the next attack. Mahito tries hitting Itadori, and Todo tries to surprise him, but it gets absorbed, and he's able to dip out. So now Todo's just in the air, off guard. But he said, I don't need to use my ability, and just kicks him away, letting us know it's not a crutch. It's a choice. He then sends in whatever the hell this is, and both Itadori and Todo are lost to what the fuck that's supposed to be, and just lets it go by. Mahito's gonna pop up in the air after all that buffoonery, and use multiple souls to initiate another stage, breaking the floor below them and sending them down. And now, hold up. Looking at this right now is low-key reminding me of the backdrop where Iron Man fought Luffy and Cat, and Mahito must have felt the bat.
The environment in this fight is amazing. It perfectly flows beautifully with the choreography. Every scene they're in, every location they're in, it transitions into a different type of way you have to approach the battle. As my guy literally says, it really is a battle of wits, IQ, and strategy. And it's just effortless. It's just amazingly well done.
Omen, because he constructs this level 50 boss to send at him. He's not going out like Iron Man. They look at it and they're just like, oh hell no. Vacating the area fast as hell. And nah, hold up. How is Itadori dusting Todo right now? After all the fighting he's gone through, he's still able to move like that? That gotta be some type of feat.
Yuji's
Let me know.
strong.
They turn the corner, and as they're running, they see a spike trap appear. And this is where Todo shows his ability to think quick on his feet. He already had 2 rocks equipped on him, so he throws it to the side, claps, and allows him to narrowly escape. And now Mahito's starting to get tired of Todo's shenanigans. So he's gonna throw his soul in between to ISO Todo. And to be honest, I thought he should have went into the other direction and ISO Itadori instead, now that he's all alone. But oh well, he runs out and turns these 4 civilians into swords to toss at him. So he runs and hops into the cart to avoid it, which is just another good play by Todo. He decides to start running at him, and then he's just like, nah, hold up, I got something for him. Then sneaks out of there. Todo looks to the side like, nah, where he going? Jumps out the cart and sees Mahito turning civilians into soul eater characters, out there dual wielding them too. And you can tell he's not a real swordsman for real, as he tries hitting him with this weak ass swing, but he barrel rolls under it. That boy Mahito swung so high you think he aiming for Yao Ming. He runs away and jumps off the platform, dodging another slash. Then he's gonna jump off this wall and almost lands a clean kick, but Mahito manages to lean back. And this next scene is raising some questions, because he returns with the simultaneous swing to which Todo catches with his fingers, and a third arm comes out to try and touch him. But tell me how he claps out of this. I know you saw the position he was in. How did bro possibly clap? You know what? I don't even want to know anymore. Let me stop asking questions. Todo's gonna kick him into the elevator, and that shit is just gonna close on its own and take him up.
The only way you can really do it is if he did something like this. Like, but with like the way Robin uses her ability as well, a little bit. And when I say Robin from One Piece, but this is what I just love about this fight. Everything about the battlefield is used in consideration to how you approach it. It's amazing.
No buttons pressed or anything. Yeah, man, so much unexplained shit is going on right now. Place might be cursed or haunted or something. I don't know. So now Itadori and Todo are gonna link up to take the stairs, and Mahito is just standing there like, darn, they caught me. No clue why you looking like that. And this next play is absolute cinema. Todo's gonna grab this rock and place it into Itadori's hand, and someone in MLB gotta sign him, because man, this form is impeccable. All the qualities of a golden arm. You could show this as teaching material. That's for real how magnificent this animation is. But he beams the rock, creating this one for all Might ass setting, and Todo teleports with a smile that resembles no one other than All Might. He's gonna load up his form and kicks Mahito with a black flash, causing him to spin dash backwards. And he's gonna use one hand to stop himself from crashing into anything and land softly, seemingly taking no damage. And Mahito's gonna be like, you know what, I want a different scenery. Hurls up souls and launches them to break the ceiling above, pushing Todo and Yuji up and out in the open, making them stand off again and getting ready to box for another round. So Itadori and Todo are gonna hit each other with that look, and they instantly knew what time it was. Todo's gonna clap, putting Mahito in a trap position, but Yuji jumps from a distance, gearing to kick Mahito, but he severs his head to avoid the attack, and his body's gonna turn into this abomination and start violently attacking them. Meanwhile, Mahito throws another body, and he's gonna use multiple souls to create this being, posted up and standing next to it. Brody had to make sure he got his flicking before subbing him in, and he was looking like a unit. Look at that running form. Todo wasn't worried though, as he tries to make an elite play against it. He's gonna try to utilize the clap to make Mahito hit his own creation, but the reaction speed made it too easy for it to dodge. But hey, Todo wasn't done making plays though. As this thing jumps at Itadori, Todo makes him swap positions to have an open attack on an off-guard Mahito. Last time he seen him, bro was still hitting this pose by himself. He gets sent back, but he was able to block it, and Itadori's gonna press up, keeping him on the defense. While that was happening, Mahito's culmination of souls rushes to Todo, making him weave, attacking back. It weaves too, and hits him with a spinning back fist. The smack was so loud it had Itadori in the back screaming his name like Sam Witwicky. Then he's gonna gut check him, and it launches him through the building. So naturally, I'm sat up in my chair. I'm like, oh shit, we got another elite fight on our hands. Then the abomination lands, making Todo move out the way and pick up the hanger, plotting to hit the cleanest move of the episode. He's gonna toss that bitch past him and teleports behind him. The move was so saucy I saw flashes of Mahito, and he punches him to the ground. That was it. That was all we needed to end the fight. It was over already. Turns out Mahito put all the attributes into offense and nothing else. So these creations are built to hit the Caleb City after one punch. The camera then goes on to Yuji and Mahito's fight, and Itadori's just skating on the souls like some Sonic rails. And when we see Mahito, he's just standing there like they filming a JJK opening. Fuck is he posing like that for? And Itadori must have been wondering the same thing too, because he jumps at him with a double kick and he catches it, swings him around, and launches him buildings away. And damn, Mahito got you face first sliding on the ground game?
Really does?
This is nasty work. And bro, I do not remember him having all that strength to just be casually launching dudes away, out there moving like pre-yoga Hulk. Mahito makes a mistake though, because as he chases him down, he sees that he throws him right to his duo. Only Todo can make his smiling ass this irritated, so he had to come up with a plan to get him out of here, and he got it. He remembers what Gojo's OPS did to save all those people on the subway, and he copies it, opening his domain for 0.2 of a second, avoiding the wrath of Sukuna, and he was able to hit Todo with the auto transfiguration on his left arm, forcing him to cut his shit off. And this reminded me of when the Red Kage had to do that shit too, had to chop his shit off because he got hit with the Amaterasu. But yeah, now he's vulnerable. So Mahito closes the distance between them and hits him with the black flats. I thought it was over for bro. I had to turn away. But again, this man's ability to think on his feet, yes, I'm blazing, is too elite. He puts all his cursed energy to the point of attack and it saves his own life, but he comes out with a nasty bruise.
Battle of tactics.
But this now makes him even more vulnerable than before. He can't do that again. And Mahito's evil ass knows it. He looking at him like,
there's no way out of this one.
Come on, Yuji. Lock in.
You're done.
So he rushes at him, but Todo's amulet breaks off and distracts Mahito, putting him in a genjutsu where he's getting his ass beat for whatever reason. And Todo's able to use his ability by using Mahito's hand, and Itadori pulls up to drop it, hitting him with the black flash and sending him out of there. That gotta be peak frustration right there. He backs him into a corner twice and he still gets out of there.
Very
yeah, at that point, you just gotta say he got it and
let's just deep that. Touching Mahito would make him use idle transfiguration, destroying his left overarm. But he did so fast in such smooth transition that Mahito didn't realize what happened, let him get his attack away, which then opened up a chance for Itadori to have an opening to hit Mahito. Amazing.
Since Todo touched Mahito's hands directly, it got his shit looking like chum bucket food. And on top of being severely injured, he just gonna have to sub out, leaving Mahito and Itadori to a 1v1. And just when you think shit couldn't get any worse, this man Mahito is going to get a whole new transformation. And this is exactly how I thought it would look. Stupid as hell. You see the shit he be making on the regular? If you practice trash, you become trash. Look at him. He really think he got that shit on. Hell no, that shit is not tough. I'd rather turn into second form Cell or Barricade than be that shit. Mind you, bro could have made himself anything for real, but ended up with that. But whatever, I guess. They run at each other and Itadori throws the first kick, but it gets caught in a scarf. So Mahito's like, oh yeah, you wide open. Tries using the tail to attack him, but he rips it and steps on the tail, nullifying the attack. So now he's sitting there like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have added that weak ass shit, and they got back to scrapping. He tried throwing a punch, but Itadori's gonna cleanly block it and counter it with the rib punch. But the hardened skin made it impossible to get through. And that was making me wonder, how the fuck is he supposed to beat him if he got the Mark 11 Iron Man armor on? The blade comes out of his arm, he slashes, and Itadori jumps back, but not without getting cut. So now he's holding his arm like Vegeta. And it's looking good for Yuji. An injury to one of his arms, and his opponent got a new form with what seems to be indestructible armor. Yeah, nah, bro. I was watching hoping Todo will come to the rescue one last time. But Mahito rushes him again, scrapping. And this time, Itadori is keeping up blocking, weaving, and all that. It was looking good. Ended up looking like an evenly matched Dragon Ball fight. But he's gonna push him off though, slashing his skin yet again, and holding him to a defensive stance. Then he's gonna do a move only him and like Omega Shinron can do, by extending the spikes on his body to attack. He dodges and goes in on offense. But the punches were sounding like it was hitting straight iron. And to make it worse, this man Mahito is gonna hit the Frieza pose, taunting him while he attacks. He does the spike move again, and this time he cuts a part of his face off. Then he's gonna grab his face and Broly him through the ground, changing the stage for the 50th time. Like, pick a spot, bro. Damn. Anyways, Mahito rushes him again, but the damage finally catches up to him. Makes him stop mid-rush to cough up like Hitachi, and he even hits the iconic pose, making me believe that this fight is way closer than it seemed. Mahito's gonna stomp the water, causing a tidal wave, and it engulfs Yuji. But he knew he had to stay focused. Stood there to charge up his cursed energy and dispels the water. Mahito tries to sneakily use it as cover and catch Itadori with the blade arm, but he narrowly dodges it. And now it's time for Itadori to go on offense, but he didn't even give him the chance. Because Itadori's gonna turn to Mahito with his fist up, and it scares him off. And I mean, look at him. He looks like death itself. I can't even blame him. Mahito is just running around him, trying to confuse him with speed, like how Rock Lee did with Gaara. There's only one problem though. Itadori specializes in hands.
It does.
So the sneak doesn't work. He turns, throwing a punch that brushes past his and reaches him. But he's gonna drop the armor, and the punch is just gonna slip off him like he rubbed himself in butter. And that leaves Yuji defenseless,
Smart.
or so we thought. He makes this big chess move by using Divergent Fist, which is a delayed attack on the opponent, to secure the game. And just as things were getting good, it gets even better, because the man, the myth, the legend, Todo comes back. And don't ask me how there's a sun behind him, because I don't know. But he's over there
I'm
talking about
pretty
he don't
sure
need
it's
two
like the
hands to
middle of
clap
the
for real,
night.
causing Mahito to get caught way off guard, leaving him wide open for the final Black Flag. But the thing is, that attack didn't even kill him for real. The punch made him slim down like All Might, took all his gains away. Look how scrawny he got him looking now. And the crazy part is, this is not the end of the humiliation. He's gonna have the literal coldest walk down of all time because he
really
makes the
does.
background change. Got Brody daydreaming in the nighttime. He think he running through the
Where
pole for
did the snow
real. He's
come
gonna trip
from is
and
my
turn around and see
question.
Itadori,
But
and he's
it
gonna
is
have
what
the
it
hardest flick.
Screw
He may
it.
not have gotten the final blow,
I am you.
but hey, the frame is tough though. And yeah, that's the end of this video. Thank you for 663K. We moving. Also, new gaming video up on the
We
other channel.
moving.
Check it out.
W video, I'm not gonna lie. A very, very fun beatdown from Yuji Itadori Todo against Mahito. Like, this goes to show, like, more anime characters just need to put ego aside and just jump their opponents. Like, one-on-one, it makes no sense. Granted, a lot of times it's said that they are split saying, oh, they're fighting somebody else. But here, it really shows the advantages of when you have a 2v1, you get the job done. Shout out to Todo, MVP, really did his bits with all his teleportation. Something I always rate for, and one of the reasons I just rate teleportation abilities so much. But that was the video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This was part 2. And yeah, we'll keep on going onwards to 1000k subscribers. If you can help me out, I kindly appreciate it. But if not, all is well. Stay tuned for the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, ciao.